Hello, this is Pradeep Rajadas from the future. You know, the future after I've read the Union Budget 2023, and I've come back to the present to tell you what sectors you should consider investing in order to take maximum advantage of the budget. Those sectors are and Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. This is Pradeep and you're watching Blog of Note. In this video, we're going to talk about what sectors you should consider investing in order to take maximum advantage of the Union Budget in India 2023. Let's get started. So first of all, usual disclaimer here, I'm not a SEBI registered investment advisor or a certified financial planner. If you want to make any investments, you should do your own market research. I'm just a person who has made a reasonable amount of money by investing in the stock market. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about the Union Budget 2023. It is going to be unveiled on February 1st, 2023, and it is the last full budget before the general elections in India in 2024. So obviously the government will not want to screw this up. They want to make sure that Indian equity investors forget about 2022 because as a reminder, the Nifty only gained 3% in India in 2022. Now, they also want to make sure that we break the January jinx. What is the January jinx? Over the last 20 years, 13 of those years have seen the Nifty decline in the month of January. So they are crossing their fingers and hoping for the best. But as investors, you want to do more than just hope for the best. You want to position your investments so that you take maximum advantage of the budget 2023. And in this video, we're going to tell you what sectors and stocks you should consider. If you want to know which stock I'm going to be personally putting my money into, stick around till the end of this video. Let's get started. The first sector that you should consider investing into is the sugar industry in India. Now, this is a no-brainer. India is the world's largest producer of sugar. We have a real sweet tooth in this country, but specifically inside the sugar industry, there is something called EBP or ethanol blended with petrol. The government encourages the sugar industry to use ethanol, which is a byproduct of their industry, and blend it with petrol so that we can increase the amount of petrol circulating in the country, thus reducing our imports. Now, the government has doubled the quota for EBP from 5% to 2%, and what's more, they've increased the curb on the export of sugar from 8 million tons to 11.2 million tons effective till October 2023. Obviously, the sugar industry is going to do well after the budget of 2023, and the stock I'd like you to consider here is Dwarikesh Sugar. I've spoken about this before. I personally own stock in this company. Over the last 3 years, their EPS or earnings per share has grown by 19%, and the insiders have a strong stake in the company at over 23%. So, sugar industry going to do well. Dwarikesh Sugar, a stock to consider. The second sector that you should consider as investors to best take advantage of Union Budget 2023 is fertilizers. On February 24, 2021, Russia invaded Ukraine. How is this relevant for Indian investors? Well, Russia is the world's largest producer of nitrogen-based fertilizers at over 25% of the market. And now that that's gone away, India can take advantage of this opportunity, especially given the fact that the Indian government has been signing deals with various countries to import raw materials for the fertilizer industry. You have ICRA placing a subsidy request with the Indian government to raise the amount of fertilizer subsidy from 1.6 lakh crore Indian rupees up to 2.5 lakh crore Indian rupees, and over 50% jump. So what's the stock that you should consider in this sector? It's Rallis India. It's a Tata Group company. Recently, they had some data from their Plant Arc Bio collaboration. Apparently, they introduced some genes to increase the drought resistance of corn crop, and they saw an increase in the weightage of seeds from 60% to 250%. I don't want to overhype this discovery, but I think Rallis India is an interesting way to play the fertilizer sector in India, which will definitely benefit from the Union Budget 2023. The third sector that you should consider investing in order to take advantage of the Union Budget 2023 is the metal sector. The metals pack has actually been doing pretty well over the last 3 years. In 2022, it was up by 23%. In 2021, it was up by 70%. And in 2020, the year of COVID, it was up by 16%. So an uptrend here. Also, if you look into the macro environment, China has increased the amount of export tariffs on aluminum-based products from 15% to 30%. As China's products become more expensive, Indian products can take advantage of that industry gap, and the Association of Chamber of Commerce and Industry in India has placed a request with the Indian government to reduce the amount of basic customs duty on pre-baked carbon anode from 7.5% to 2.5% and on raw petroleum coke from 10% to 2.5%. Both of these are significant reductions, especially if you consider the fact that 20% of the Indian aluminum industry's costs come from basic customs duty. One final thing that could increase the metal sector performance in India is the capex spending. It is projected to increase from 7.5 lakh crore Indian rupees up to 9.5 lakh crore Indian rupees, and over 35% jump. And obviously, as capex expenditure increases, metals will do well. What's the stock that you should consider here? It's NALCO, or National Aluminium Company Limited. It is a Government of India backed company. It is a Rakesh Jhunjhunwala company, and it is the world's cheapest producer of bauxite and alumina, meaning that as the metal sector does well as part of Union Budget 2023, this company will also do well and the stock will rise. There you have it, 3 sectors that you should consider investing in along with stocks to take maximum advantage of the Union Budget 2023. What's the sector and stock that I'm going to pick? It's Fertilizer and Rallis India. Please let me know what sector you're going to pick along with your specific stock in the comment section down below. As always, please go over to YouTube, subscribe to the Blog of Note channel, ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video, and I will see you guys in the next episode.